Hey YouTube, I'm Jess. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about minimalism. It's going to be all about cutting down. It's going to be about getting rid of stuff. I've never been the type of person who holds on to things kind of excessively. I am not a big hoarder of stuff. I find it quite easy to get rid of stuff like clothes. Certain items are really easy to get rid of, but other things I definitely have a little bit of a harder time with. I think just like anybody else out there. We are moving. We've been in this apartment for the last 10 years, so we've been accumulating a good amount of stuff. We recently watched a Netflix documentary. It was actually the second time watching it. I think we watched it like many years ago and then we decided to put it on again recently. And it inspired me to do a little bit of a minimalism challenge with our move. So what we're gonna do is try to get rid of 100 things. So this is just stuff we don't use anymore. This is stuff that can be thrown in the garbage. This is stuff that other people can get good use out of. It's just things that I've been carrying around with me from place to place, from apartment to apartment that I never use, that I'm holding on to for memories or because I'm going to use it in the future. We're gonna get rid of it now. We're gonna challenge ourselves to get rid of 100 things. So a couple of rules in this challenge. The first is that I'm gonna be getting rid of a few things that we're gonna be replacing. So for example, our toaster is broken. It works just perfectly fine for us to use here, but we're gonna get rid of our toaster and purchase a new toaster. That's not gonna count towards the minimalism challenge. So anything that we're getting rid of during the move that we're planning on replacing is not gonna count towards the 100 items. The second rule is one item equals one thing, if that makes sense. So I've just been going through this little bookshelf over here. It had some books and DVDs on it. And we have this little stack of DVDs that we're gonna get rid of, we're gonna donate. All of the DVDs don't count as one item. Each DVD is its own individual item. I'm also just gonna throw everything together into one big box. And once we get to the end of our minimalism challenge, then I'll go through and I'll figure out what we're gonna throw away, what we're gonna donate, what we're gonna give to friends, all of that kind of thing. So if throughout the video I say I'm gonna throw this away or I'm going to get rid of this, it doesn't mean that I'm going to throw something in the garbage. It just means we're putting it in the box and then we'll figure out what to do with it afterwards. I'm feeling pretty confident that we can get to 100. I'm gonna start right now, so let's get into the video. Okay, so like I just mentioned, I have all of these DVDs down here that are gonna go into the box. This is what we're gonna start with. Also, I'm gonna keep a little tally on the side of the box just so we can keep track of how many items we're at. Most of this stuff is really old, burned copies of TV shows and movies that we just aren't interested in keeping. We've held on to them for 10 years and it's time for them to go. Okay guys, so that's gonna start us off. While I was going through that, I found some just blank CDs / DVDs. So I don't know what's on these. So instead of just packing them and bringing them, I'm gonna actually plug them into the DVD player and see if they are anything. Unsupported disc, what does that mean?
The format, I guess.
Okay, so neither of these worked in our PlayStation, which is the only thing we have that can play discs. So there might be something on them, but we have no way of playing them, so into the box. The last two things I'm gonna put in there today are these guys right here. So these were souvenirs that our friends brought back to us from China. There's these chopsticks that are really pretty. However, they have all these tiny little, I don't know how to describe it. You can't use them because they give you slivers. The wood is just really peely and uneven. So if you try to use them, they give your fingers a bunch of slivers. So we've just been keeping them sitting on the shelf because they were given to us as a gift, but we have no use for them. So those are going in the box. And then this little fan as well, which is super pretty. And it's, I don't know, it's just something that you want to hold on to, but we have no purpose for it. And it just takes up space and adds clutter. So into the box. Day 1, we're at 17 items. Off to a good start.
My head in the clouds, I don't know where we go. I feel like it's changed, love.
So I've been packing for a few days. I did a little bit of the front hall closet, and so out of there, we got some shoes, we got some jackets, did this little bottom of this shelf over here, and we're at a total of 32 items right now. Today, I tackled something that I've been like kind of dreading, but also at the same time knowing that I had to get rid of eventually. So I've been holding on to all of my papers, like all the paper that I've had from university since I graduated in 2015. So it's been 6 years. When I was going through it today, I found some stuff from the University of Victoria, which would have been in like 2008, 2009, something like that. That means those notebooks and those binders that had my notes from University of Victoria in them moved with me from Victoria to Vancouver. I moved in Vancouver, so they moved from my first place in Vancouver to my second place in Vancouver, and then they moved with me all the way here to Toronto. I can guess at why I am holding on to that stuff. Kind of like talked it through with Will today, which is like, I loved school. I loved being in school. I loved learning. I don't know, I really loved it. And so I think I want to hold on to those things for that reason, because I feel like emotionally connected to them. I know for a while I was holding on to them because while I was still in school, I was like, I might need some of these old notes to look back on for like future classes or whatever. There was so much of it, and it takes up so much space, and I have no reason to hold on to any of it besides feeling emotionally connected to it because I put so much time and effort and money into it. It's the first thing so far that I've really struggled to let go of, but there's just no reason to bring that with me. I'm not gonna need it for anything in the future. I'm not gonna be reading back through my old school notes nostalgically. Like, it's just not gonna happen, and it just takes up so much space. Like, an entire shelf in that closet has been dedicated to that for the entire 10 years that we've been living here, and we're like out of storage space in here. But instead of like letting go of that stuff, I'm just like buying more things to store other stuff in. When I first started going through it all, I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be so hard. Finally like worked myself into making the decision to just let it all go. I was like, maybe I'll keep my papers, or maybe I'll keep my tests, or like whatever. And then I just decided to let it all go. And now I'm like feeling fine with it. It was a struggle, and I've been holding on to them for so long because it's just like been a really hard thing for me to let go. And then when I finally decided to do it, now I feel fine with it. When we like go put it all into the recycling, I feel like before we go to push it in, I'm gonna be like, oh, and then as soon as it goes in, I'm gonna feel relieved that I don't have those taking up space in my life anymore. I don't know, it's crazy. Like, you put so much time and effort and money into school, and that's kind of what you get out of it. You get your diploma, and then you get all of the work that you've done. So it just kind of felt wrong to just let go of it, but we're gonna do it. So in terms of the count, I'm just gonna count that as one thing because it's just like my school stuff. I'm just counting it as one thing. I'm not gonna put it in the big box of stuff because I just want to like get rid of it. It's taking up too much space anyways, and my box is already getting very full because of the jackets that I put in there. So I'm just gonna take it down and recycle it. I'm also going through and washing some old sheets and blankets and towels and stuff, so we're gonna add some of those to the box as well. I've been holding on to a lot of that we're not gonna need. We're gonna add that as well once everything's clean, and then we're gonna keep on keeping on. Oh god, cheesy.
612, hand me the phone, I'll put it in for
you. Okay, so I just got to 50 items. Started going through drawers in the bedroom. So some of this stuff has just literally been sitting in there since we moved in and we've never touched. So things like these little games that we never play, Clue, and this like don't know, like French version of Uno or something. We had so many decks of cards. I feel like it's a popular gift for people to give us. So we're giving away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 decks of cards, and I think we still have 4. A couple of sealed like nose sprays that we never use, and yeah, like my old iPod Shuffle, old Sunnies. So yeah, we made it to 50. I think we're gonna do 100. No problem. Okay, so I don't even know what packing day we're on anymore, but I've been working on the bedroom most recently. So I have like half my clothes packed. Will hasn't done any of his yet, but I'm already at 85 items. So I am gonna try and get to 100 today. The thing about packing my clothes is that I go through my clothes every 6 months, like twice a year, and I declutter then. So yeah, for sure, I'm gonna get rid of some stuff, but maybe not as much as like someone else who isn't big on decluttering their wardrobe. But let's see what happens.
Yeah.
We own a couple of cable boxes, but I don't think we're ever gonna have cable again, so we'll take these back to Rogers. We've been holding on to this DVD player forever in case we ever need a DVD player. We have a PlayStation, which we hardly use, but if we ever needed to play DVDs, we would just play them on that. But I literally was holding on to this for like, if we go somewhere and we need a DVD player when we go there, and like literally that will never happen. Just taking up space, going in the box. I'm gonna do my bedside table now. I feel like I definitely hide a bunch of shit in here that I'm holding on to for no reason. So let's see. So I forgot that I recently decluttered my bedside table. So there wasn't really anything in there to get rid of. Just this washing board that I got from Muji that I'm sure I meant to have for washing makeup brushes, but I actually prefer not to use any type of like tools I've found over the years. We did end up doing Will's bedside table as well, and we got an entire bag full of stuff, mostly to throw away. Just like a bunch of stuff he's been holding on to that just didn't need to be held on to anymore. So we definitely got at least 15 items today, probably more. And we haven't even started on the kitchen yet, so I know there's gonna be a ton more stuff in there too. I got to my 100 items with more to come, and it was, for the most part, pretty easy. There is that feeling when you're getting rid of something that you've been holding on to of like, I want it. But once you let it go, You don't think about it anymore. So challenge completed. I would encourage you to do a challenge like this in your own life, whether you're doing your spring cleaning coming up here soon, or you're gonna move yourself. Free up your space, clear up your space to clear up your mind. If you do try out something like this, make sure you let me know. You can tag me in a picture on Instagram or leave me a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. That's gonna help more people to see it too. If you like this kind of content, if you like this kind of content, make sure you're subscribed to my channel. We're gonna have all the moving vlogs coming up here really soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.